Can you hear me?
Can hear you.
All right. Uh, uh, uh,
Well, you made it. I'm proud of you.
uh, I told you I'd be here.
Yep. You did.
Uh, yeah. Can you see me?
I can. I can.
Very good.
I want to ask you a question. So it's been a little bit since you've been on the wrong side of the sun. It's like it's going. These periods are getting a little further apart.
I can. You're breaking up on me.
Let me get my earphones.
All right.
Oh, there's only one there.
Uh, uh, uh,
A minute, Vicky. I know I brought them in. Let me just.
it's all right.
Okay. Where did I put them? Yeah. Okay. Found them. Okay. See if they work. All right. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay. So I want to ask you a question, and I'll ask it indirectly first. Scotty says you're really honest, so, and I know you are because you're very blunt. All right. So the wrong side of the sun. Notice that they've been getting further apart these periods. In the beginning, you were on the wrong side of the sun a lot.
Right.
What is the wrong side of the sun exactly to you? I'm just curious.
It's when I wake up like 6:30 in the evening,
Mm-hmm.
and I run to 9:30. I sleep. I sleep when everybody else is up.
Why does that happen?
Ah,
You could be honest with me, so just
I'm sometimes it's due to pain,
yeah.
and it won't let me sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, I've got to take another dose of medicine
Yep.
to put me to sleep.
Yep.
And you've been around like when I stayed up 5 days because of the pain,
Yeah.
and nothing would touch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say 90% of me being on the wrong side of the sun is my pain issues.
Yeah. All right. Let me ask you this. Is it ever because of drinking? Honestly.
Partially.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are times, but
And don't be afraid to be honest with me because I
oh, I'm
I
not.
I I had a drinking problem. So I kind of know what the signals are, and I was wondering if this plays a part in the wrong side of the sun. That's what I want to know.
Sometimes yes.
Yeah.
You know, 25% of the time that I get on the wrong side of the sun is due to alcohol.
Yeah.
And but and here comes the excuses.
No excuses with me, just honesty.
Yeah, it it helps me go to sleep when I can't sleep because of the sun. Self-medication.
Yeah, that's what I did it for. But I did it because of bipolar and things like that.
Well, I do have my issues.
Yeah.
The last time I was in a counselor's office, they had a bet going whether I was, oh shoot, I can't remember what they wanted to take the bet on. Whether I had a personality disorder and something else I can't remember. I've got my issues. It's
So
a lot of
you've never been properly diagnosed with anything.
no. I've never been no. I
So
haven't. I can say that.
okay. So in my struggles, okay,
Yeah.
my first step, I had to get sober from alcohol because I was self-medicating with alcohol.
Right.
And once I got sober from alcohol, I started to see, like, because I wasn't seeing it before. Alcohol, I thought I was being normal, but I was terrible. I felt normal because the alcohol,
Right.
but outwardly, I was terrible. And you're not a mean drunk. If you've ever been drunk on the phone with me, I can't pinpoint it, but you've never been mean with me. So I would safely say that you're not a mean drunk, because I'm sure there was at one point we've had a conversation where you've been drinking and you've never been nasty to me. So that's not the problem. What I do think is that you should see a counselor, like a mental health professional, because a lot of what you're experiencing could be helped by getting a proper diagnosis and getting on the right medication for that. But I will say this, if you continue to use alcohol while they're trying to explore these things, it's not going to be effective. But
Right.
if you find the right medication, that could eliminate your insomnia. It could eliminate your want for alcohol, and it will regulate you emotionally. You know what I mean? You still have emotions, but they'll be more regular, right? They won't be up and down, things like that, depending on what they diagnose you with, PTSD, bipolar, whatever it may be. And that's
Oh,
generally.
I guarantee you what part of it is PTSD. I
Yes,
did go to
yeah.
a counselor. You know, have you no
So PTSD and bipolar are very similar.
right.
And the only real difference is the length of your mood swing, right? So bipolar, you can be up here for this amount of time, down here, this amount of time. PTSD is more like this, right? So it's quicker bursts, and then you get back to normal a little bit faster.
Well, that's one thing that oh, Amy, when I was 14, she did diagnose me with PTSD due to the facts of what was happening with my stepfather.
And I'll read that in your book, I'm assuming.
Yes, you will.
Okay. So I think, honestly,
yeah,
go ahead. Sorry.
The first 70 pages that's the only thing John Cosper did to the first 70 pages was he corrected, the spelling. That's straight from the heart.
Yeah, well, you dress the table with that. It sets everything up for what happens later. But I think, Vicky, it's important for you, and you can do these things via Zoom. They'll probably want you to go into the office for the first meeting, and until they put you on a medication, and then they'll probably do Zoom checkups after that. But I do think I think it's important for you and the quality of your life moving forward,
right,
to get properly diagnose and try and find a medication that makes you feel the best you can feel. You know what I mean?
Well,
Because I want the best for you. I really do. And I'm not saying you're not happy right now, but I'm sure you're not happy on the wrong side of the sun, being awake when everybody else is asleep and not having normal contact with people during those periods of time because of that. You know what I mean? Like that could be lonely, I would think.
right,
Yeah.
right, because I get that. I'm gonna have to chew on that for a while.
Chew on it. But I do think, honestly, it was the best thing I ever did was, I mean, because getting your physical health and your mental health in line together is going to make for the best you.
Right,
You know what I mean? And you're a wonderful person, and I want to see you live your best life. I mean,
right,
I can get you so far. But if we can't be regular because you're having these insomnia issues, and then you know what I mean, and it's holding you back to a degree of getting you to where we want you to be. And a big thing of it is getting regular sleep and living regular hours and having good mental health is going to get you there. I just think about it. I mean, even if you're
yeah,
just to talk to a counselor once and just see how it feels, and it might take you a few times to find somebody that you like, right? I mean, we clicked right away. That's different. You know what I mean?
yeah. It's not the everyday thing.
Yeah, that doesn't always happen. So it may take you a couple tries to find somebody you like, and usually an office like my psychiatrist office. I didn't like my first the person they put me with. They put me with another person. I kind of liked everybody but him. So, but I think
Damn it.
it's something you should explore. I do it for me. If anything, just call someplace local to you and just say, hey, listen, tell them about the wrong side of the sun. Tell them, be honest about your alcohol use with them, because they need to know everything to kind of figure out how they can help you. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
That's all. I just wanted to
I
touch on it because I had a feeling that sometimes the wrong side of the sun was a nice way of saying I'm on a bender kind of thing, right? I mean, it because I didn't think it was all the time, because I would talk to you sometimes late at night, and it's clear that you're just Vicky. You know what I mean? Like, but I had a feeling that some of the time, it might be the case that that's what's going on.
right. Um, I can't disagree with you on that.
Hmm.
But a lot of the times, like Dr. Phil says, but there's no but. I get in those, and it's really weird because I'm not like when I was on that 5 day thing where I'd been up
Yeah.
for 5 days. There was very little liquor consumed.
Hmm.
Um, you know, which my shot is a lot different than most people's shot, of course.
Hmm.
Um, and it then it gets to where like the fourth day or the fifth day, I want to go to sleep, but I can't.
Yeah, I get that. That's how insomnia works.
Okay. It. I'll talk. You know what? I gotta make an appointment with my pain specialist, and I could probably get a referral from him to a psychiatrist here.
I would love for you to do that. I just want you to live your best life, and I think we can work on your physical health.
Right.
But we're not going to see the best Vicky until we get the alcohol and mental health in check to a degree. And I'm not saying, and you got to be the judge. Like, I'm not saying you have to quit drinking alcohol, but if it's something that you know, and I'm not saying that you don't have control over it to a degree, but if it's something when you start doing it, you know what I mean, and you can't, it takes you like 3 or 4 days to kind of get out of it, it's probably not the best thing for you. And I think mental health wise, alcohol never helps.
Oh, I agree with you there.
It's one of the worst things you can do. The best thing you can do for somebody who's PTSD, bipolar, is to not smoke weed, not drink alcohol, and find the medication that works best for you. Because all those things mess with the chemicals in your body and in your brain. And a psychiatrist can't prescribe you something that's going to be effective, or for you to know how effective it's going to be, unless those chemicals are the way you came out of the womb, right?
Right.
So just think about this stuff. I would love for you, for me, for Scotty, I think Scotty would love to see this happen, is for you to just get an appointment and do an intake, an intake with somebody. It's going to take about an hour, probably, maybe an hour and a half. They'll give you as much time as it takes. They're going to get to know you for an hour and a half. You got to be honest with them. You can't say, "Hey, I drink this much, and it's only half as much of you as you drink," right? You
Oh
can't.
no,
Don't.
there's no,
I know you. I know you won't sugarcoat it. But
yeah,
that.
there's no sense in doing that.
Yeah.
If I'm there, it's got to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, or the counselor's not going to be able to help me because he
Exactly.
doesn't know exactly what's going on.
Yeah. So
Um,
I'm glad that you're open to doing that, because I just. I think the world of you, Vicky. I think the world of you, and I think that you're going to feel a lot better if you can get rid of it. I honestly, I think you will. And there was a period of my life where I was like, I'm going to drink until the day I die. I'm going to be old sitting on my porch like Clint Eastwood in that movie. What was that movie? The Get Off My Lawn movie. You know what I'm talking about, right? Where he
oh,
beats up the Chinaman. It was named after a car. Anyway, he's sitting on his, drinking his Pabst Blue Ribbon and all that.
right.
I'm like, that's what I want to do. And my wife would always ask me, and I said, listen, like, I was ready to choose alcohol over my wife, my family. Like, I was dug in pretty deep
Right.
until I wasn't, until I said, I think I told you, I don't know if I told you, like, how I got pulled over while I was driving. I did tell you this, how I got pulled over when I was driving to work, and I was already drunk. It was like 7:30. And, well, I was actually driving through a traffic detail, and the guy let me go. And he said, "Go to work. I never want to see you again in this
Right.
situation." And it was that one act of kindness that kind of just changed my whole mind. It was like, I don't know. I don't want people to look at me like this for the rest of my life. And I had my little girl. My wife was pregnant with my little girl. And when she found out she was pregnant, she cried because she didn't want to have a baby with me because I was so deep in my alcoholism, and
Well,
that hurt, So I was like, you know, it. I mean, I know you're not in that situation, in a situation like that, but I think you're at a point in your life where you're, what, 62, 64? How old are you?
before.
64. So you're the Beatles song. You know what I'm talking about? When
Uh,
I get older, losing
yeah,
my hair. Yeah. All right.
yeah,
So,
got it. Now
anyway,
that song's gonna be stuck in my brain.
so yeah. All right. I just wanted to touch on this a little bit. We've already talked about it for 20 minutes. I don't want to hold you up too much, but I just think that, I'm glad you're open to doing it, and put it on your notes for when you talk to your pain specialist, because I think it's a big step to take, but
Right.
it's going to make everything else kind of fall into place. You know what I mean? Because
Yep.
we got to get on your nutrition too, because we want to get some of the bloating and all that to go away. But the alcohol, I think, at your age, and the years and years and years and years of it, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's taking a toll on your body, right? And alcohol not only will affect, you know, water retention, things like that, but it also makes your joints and everything else hurt more. You know what I mean? Because it pulls nutrients away from your bones and everything else. So
That I didn't know.
it does, yeah. I mean, it basically eats you. I mean, cigarettes too. I mean, they eat you. You know what I mean? I call it. You ever go to a VFW and you see the women outside smoking cigarettes, and you look at their ass and it's flat, straight down. They have to wear, like, skinny as hell, but they still need to wear a belt because they have no ass to hold it up.
Right.
I call it cigarette ass. Like, I mean, it's just. You see it in, like, people like who really, really, really smoke. They get really skinny, and it basically eats you. You know what I mean? So.
Well, they've eaten me. I could stand to lose about 40 pounds.
Well, we're gonna do that. That's the goal, is to lose. So we've talked about diet and all that stuff. But I love you. Like, I feel like, you know, like you're a family member, and I don't know, like, very different from Ab. I feel like I really trust you, and I could talk to you real, like, and tell you, like, I just want you to be the best you, and I don't want to beat this to death, but you've agreed that you will talk and see if you can get an appointment with a counselor. I think that's a good first step, and I you get an intake, and, you know, tell them the truth, and then we'll go from there, because I think it's going to help you, you know, to really move forward and be happy in your later years. You know what I mean? And I want to see you get that call from the WWF. And I think if you show up and you look like Princess Victoria of old, you know what I mean? And you can really put on a little show, and I know you can, and you're capable of it. It's going to be so much of way more like of a victory moment for you. You know what I mean? If you can get up there and you can wave, you know, do that whole thing. And I just want to see it be the best moment for you that it can be, because I know it's coming. I feel it in my heart that you're going to get that call. And I just want you to be in the best place possible when that happens, so you can really enjoy it the way you deserve to enjoy it, you know?
Right.
Let's start by putting our hands on our belly. after that, heart to heart. All right, let's sit up straight in our chair.
Hey, Tom, I love you too.
I'm glad you love me. And I've made the decision that I am not going to Georgia. I'm going to come see you guys in Louisiana. So I'm very excited for that.
I can't wait to meet you in person. I really can't.
We're going to have a great time. We're going to have 3 days of hanging out and, like, you know, me busting your balls.
I'm getting in there Thursday night.
Yep, that's the plan.
Then, on Friday morning at 7 o'clock, our dear beloved Scotty set up a meeting with the the news channel.
Yeah.
For me to do an interview at 7 o'clock in the morning. That's going to be fun.
Well, I'm going to kick your ass the next few months. And because I'm not working with Abby, that means I can focus just on you, and I can really pressure you into doing extra workouts. So
now I really want to kick Abby's ass.
Yeah. Well,
it's all your fault, Abby.
It'll be hard to miss, right?
Right.
I was watching that a clip from that karate movie he did, and it's so funny. Have you ever seen that? He did it in, like, the 70s. He did this karate film, and
no, I haven't.
I'm gonna try and find the clip because it's pretty funny. He did a movie, and it's pretty good. All right, so we're going to start with breathing. Our feet are going to be flat on the floor. We're going to sit up straight in our chair. We're going to put our hands on our belly. We're going to take a deep breath in. Hold it. And exhale it all out. Pull your belly button to your spine. Get all the air to your lungs. Deep breath in. Hold it at the top. And exhale it all out. I'm going to do a 3-second breath. Now, deep breath in. Exhale, count it back for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, deep breath. Exhale, count it back for 3, 2, 2. 5-second breaths now. Deep breath in. Exhale, count it back for 5, 4,
3, 2,
1.
Okay.
Now the deep breath in. Exhale, count it back for 5, 4, 3,
2,
2.
1.
Last
Okay.
set of breaths, 10-second breaths. If you have to redraw in the middle, go ahead, but let's try and do it all in one breath. We're trying to expand our lungs, expand our diaphragm, get fuller breaths so we can recover quicker. Deep breath in. Exhale, count it back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last deep breath. Exhale, count it back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Reach out, grab the ball. Exhale, drop the ball. Your fists. Deep breath. And squeeze as hard as you can for 5, 4, 3, 1. Inhale. Spread those fingers wide. Exhale, count it back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Squeeze those fists hard as you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Inhale. Spread those fingers wide as you can. Count it back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Inhale. Squeeze those fists. Exhale, count it back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Inhale. Spread those fingers wide. Exhale, count it back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Inhale. Squeeze your fist. Exhale, count it back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. Inhale. Spread those fingers wide. Exhale, count it back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. Last set, 10 seconds. Inhale. Squeeze those fists hard as you can for 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Spread those fingers as wide as you can apart. Really spread them for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale that ball up in the touchdown. Right up in the touchdown from there. High as you can. Exhale, drop your hands down. Then turn your palms down. Thumb to thumb, index finger to index finger into diamond cutter. Pulling your pinkies wide like you're going through clay. We're going to take it on up and make it rain. Exhale, arms out to a T. Clench those fists and get native strong here. Inhale, aho.
Oh.
Check it out. All right. Okay, feet flat on the floor. I'm going to do our heel raises. Let's take a deep breath. Lift the heels. There's some sweet tea or lemonade. What do you got? Or half and half. What do you do? What did you do today?
Pink lemonade.
All right. Well, we just held our feet up for 5 seconds, but we're going to count it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Now, when we're lifting up, I really want you to pick up your heels so much that you're really feeling it at the top of your calves. Your calves are like, you know what I'm talking about. When you if you were to stand up and stand on your tippy toes, that's how hard I want you pushing, okay? Let's take a deep breath. Let's lift the heels and hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Lower it down. Last one. Deep breath. Lift up the heels. We're going to count it back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Slide the feet forward. Okay. When we do this, I really want you to feel it here and here, okay? When you're pulling up, you should feel it going up both sides of that shin, yeah?
Right.
Okay, so deep breath, lift the toes, pull them to your face as much as you can. We're gonna hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Inhale, lift the heels. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Lower it down. Inhale, lift the heels. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Pull your feet back in towards yourself. Okay. Inhale, lift the heels. High as you can for 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Inhale, lower them down. Another deep breath, lift them up. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Lower it down. Last one, inhale, lift it up. And count it back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Lower it down, push your feet forwards. Inhale, pull your toes to your face. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Lower it down. Inhale, lift the toes. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Lower it down. Last one, inhale, lift the toes and hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Pull them back in. Okay, we're going to do 2 5 seconds. The last one's going to be 10 seconds. Deep breath. Inhale, lift the heels and hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Lower it down. Inhale, lift the heels and hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Lower it down. Last one, best one, up for 10 seconds. Deep breath and hold it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Lower it down. Push your feet forwards. Okay, we're lifting the toes here. Deep breath. Lift the toes for 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Lower it down. Inhale, lift the toes and hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Lower it down. 10 seconds. Deep breath. Lift the toes for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Pull your feet back in. Reach out. Grab the ball. All right. Drop the ball. Grab the bars. Deep breath when you do those dynamic resistance rows. Now, when we're doing that dynamic resistance, you really need to squeeze those muscles in your forearms and your biceps here, okay? As we pull in. So that's going to create that resistance. So this is actually working your muscles, not just the movement, okay? Let's take a deep breath and pull for 3, 1. Inhale, take it out with a negative rep. Exhale, pull for 3, 2, 2. Inhale, take it out. Exhale, pull for 3, 2, 3. Inhale, take it out. Exhale, pull for 3, 2, 4. Inhale, take it out. Exhale, pull for 3, 2, 5. Inhale, take it out. Get those fists to your rib cage, okay? Exhale, pull for 3, 2, 6. Inhale, take it out. Good job, Vicky. Exhale, pull for 3, 2, 7. You squeezing hard enough, you're feeling the burn? Inhale, take it out. Exhale, pull for 3, 2, 8. Inhale, take it out. Drop the bars and grab the ball. Inhale that ball up in the touchdown. Forearms to your knees, huddle up. Good job. All right. So when you were doing those dynamic resistance rows, did you feel it when you were squeezing? You should be squeezing hard enough that it makes your veins.
Right. Oh,
Right.
they are.
Good. All right. Inhale, hands on the insides of your quads. Fan those elbows out. Tuck that chin. Let's go into cat arch. This is your favorite. I know it's warming up your neck. Inhale, pull those elbows in, nose to the sky. Sit up straight in your chair. Pull those shoulder blades together. Cat lift. Exhale, one more time. Move your fingers to the inside of your quads. Fan those elbows out. Tuck that chin, cat arch. Inhale, pull those elbows in, nose to the sky, cat lift. All right. Okay. Now we're going to do our adductors and abductors. So, okay, we're going to start with our hands to the inside of our quads, or you can grab the inside of your knees with your hands like this too. We're going to take a deep breath. We're going to be pushing out with our hands, in with our knees. Another deep breath in. Exhale, push for 5, 4, 3, 1. To the outside, deep breath. And push for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, back to the inside. Push, 5, 3. Inhale, back to the outside. Push for 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Inhale. Push for 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. Inhale. Back to the outside. Now, Vicky, when you're pushing, I want you to not feel like you don't know which is going to win. Is it going to be your hands or is it going to be your leg? But you should be able to push so hard that you shake. You see how I shake when I push? Because I'm really, really pushing, okay? That's what I want from you, okay? So push. 5, 4, 3, 2. Inhale. Back to the inside. Last one. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm pushing so hard. Feel it go up right here, up around the back of my shoulders. That's how hard I'm pushing. Here, let's go to the outside. Last one, 10 seconds. Push for 10, 9, 8, 7. I'm feeling this on the outside of my shoulders. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now that one I feel right here primarily when I push as hard as I can. Okay, I'm going to reach out, grab the ball. Moving quick. I just want a quick pace. Inhale that ball up in a touchdown. Exhale, drop your hands down. Turn your palms down. Come thumb to thumb, index finger to index finger, and a diamond cutter. I'm actually sweating a little bit. Pulling our pinkies wide like we're going through clay. Deep breath. Take it on up. Make it rain. Arms out to a T. Clench those fists and get native strong. Inhale, shoulders back, chest out. Ho. Shake it out. Okay. Now, I'm going to reach out, grab the ball. Drop the ball. We're going to grab the bars. Inhale. We're going to open up. We're going to do those chest flies. Exhale, pull for 3, 2. Back to center. Yep. Inhale, open up. Exhale, pull for 3, 2, 2. Now you should feel this in between your pecs here. And when you open up, deep breath, you should be squeezing those shoulder blades together. Exhale, pull for 3, 2, 3. Inhale, ouch. Open up. 3, 2, ouch.
3, 2, ouch, right?
Yeah. Exhale, pull for 3, 2, 4. Inhale, open up. Exhale, pull for 3, 2, 5. Inhale, open up. Exhale, pull for 3, 2, 6. Inhale, open up. Exhale, pull for 3, 2, 7. This is making my shoulders burn, so inhale, open up. This is the last one. Exhale, pull for 3, 2, 8. Reach out, grab that ball. Inhale the ball up in a touchdown. Exhale, let's go to our forearms to our knees again. Huddle up. Get that neck warmed up. Inhale, hands on the inside of your quads. Fan those elbows out. Tuck that chin. Arch that back. Cat arch. Inhale, pull those elbows in. Nose to the sky. Pull the shoulder blades together. Cat lift. Sitting up straight in our chair. Exhale, one more time. Fan those elbows out. Tuck that chin. Arch that back. Cat arch. Pull your elbows in, nose to the sky, sit up straight in your chair, cat lift. Okay, let's do those knee raises, okay?
Yeah. All right.
Deep breath, and lift up that left knee. Oh, sweet tea, pink lemonade today. Okay, the other thing, eventually, so when you start really counting your calories,
right,
something to think about. You don't want to drink your calories, and that's going to be tough because I know you like your sweet tea, your lemonade, things like that. But you got to look at how much sugar and all that shit is in that, right?
Right. Well, I put the sugar in there. I knew that was coming.
Yeah. Well,
I'm already 2 steps ahead of you on that. I get my my cranberry juice from the dollar store, and it says it's 64 ounces. Divide that, but per serving, it's only 5 calories. Now I didn't look.
Cranberry's good, and I'll tell you why. Cranberries, that's a reasonable middle of the road choice, because if you're going to eat fruit and you're on a diet, berries,
right,
best choice. So, and cranberries, I would think, is even better than blueberries, strawberries, things like that. I bet there's less sugar in them. So,
right.
Good choice. I'm proud of you for doing that, because you got to be cognizant, because you don't want to be drinking your calories. You're going to want to save those calories for your food. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
The other thing is if you're feeling really hungry, but you've hit, when you put your information to that app, when you've hit your caloric ceiling, okay, grab a bottle of water and chug it as fast as you can and see if you're still hungry after that, because it will fill you up, even if it's just for a little bit.
Ice water.
Yes, just chug it.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it fills you up immediately. That's
exactly
why when I go to a buffet,
yeah,
I don't drink anything cold.
Yeah.
I drink like coffee.
Yeah.
Because my stomach can stretch, and this is a horrible. As we're talking,
I don't know why you're telling me this, but keep going. The word buffet, instantly I was like, oh no, that's the end of the buffet.
I've got one more buffet to hit, and that's going to be when I get to Vegas. Yeah. Staying with a friend of mine, Lucas Lane, and his partner, Remy. And he has taken me to this buffet, and if you don't get a reservation, you're going to wait 2 hours to get in line.
Yeah.
If you do get a reservation, you're still going to stand in line for 30 minutes. but it's everything. Everything that I indulge in. Oysters on the half shell, crab legs, all of that stuff.
Well,
So,
you'd really love my restaurant up here because we serve all that stuff. Where it's I own SS Lobster, so we have like huge lobster tanks and all that stuff. We
right,
serve New England steamers, all New England style, which is the best seafood. You can get your haddock, which I like haddock because there's no worms. There's a lot of fish has worms. Haddock does not have worms. It's good white fish. But steamers, the New England lobsters, which you can't get everywhere, all the good stuff.
right. Explain yourself more on the difference of what fish has worms. I didn't know fish had worms.
Oh, so like it depends. Like warm water fish tend to get worms. They so like, and even cold water fish up here, depending on what you're getting, like cod's very famous for having worms. Catfish gets worms.
Oh
Um,
man.
yeah, the warm water fish. So you'd have to look up exactly why, but the ones that live in cold water all the time, like haddock or deeper fish, they don't get them because the eggs don't hatch because it's too cold. So the eggs don't even exist. But like when you fish for bass up here, you got to get them early in the season, right coming off the cold water because they don't have any eggs or worms in them yet.
You just told me something that I didn't know anything about.
Yeah, I don't eat cod, because cod has worms. But if you get the stuff that comes frozen IQF, you won't get anything like that. It kills it all. So, but you get
Right.
fresh. If you deal with fresh fish, you see it. So,
Wow. I
so
never realized that.
yeah.
Never.
I
And
don't.
I am, I mean, my greatest pleasure would be in a room full of fish of every kind, oysters on the half shell and shrimp, like
God,
a
I gotta
big,
get you.
oh,
I gotta get you up here because that's all I deal in.
wow.
Yeah, I come home smelling like a I don't know what most people would call it. Uh, I know what most people would call it. I'll save you your ears, but I come home smelling like deep fried, not deep fried fish, but like because I'm in it, fish all the time. So I don't eat
Right.
a ton of it because I'm sick of it. It's just like I'm sure if you're like you kill cows all day, you won't want to go home and eat a steak, So
Well, I had the same issue with a donut shop. I loved maple bars. I mean,
yeah.
loved them. And then I went to work for Mr. Donut in Portland, Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't eat a maple bar for 3 years after I worked there.
Makes sense. It makes sense. The same way I feel about fish. I will not eat swordfish. I hate it because I have to cut them whole, and I can't. Could never eat it. All right, so
Well,
knee raises.
okay.
We were off to. We'll discuss the swordfish thing after because that's interesting if you're into fish. All right, so we'll lift up. We're gonna lift up that left knee. We're gonna take a deep breath. We're gonna lift it off the ground for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Inhale. Lift the right knee. Hold it off the ground for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Lift the left knee. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Lower it down. Inhale. Lift the right knee. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Lower it down. Inhale. Lift the left knee. Hold it there for 5, 4,
Ah,
3, 2, 3. You got this. Inhale. Lift the right knee.
I know it.
Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Lower it down. Inhale. Lift the left knee. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. Lower it down. Inhale, lift the right knee. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. Last set, 10 seconds. You know the deal. Inhale, lift the left knee. Hold it there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift the right knee. Hold it there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going right into leg raises. Inhale, lift up that left foot and hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Inhale, lift the right foot up. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Inhale, lift the left foot up. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Inhale, lift the right foot up. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Lower it down. Inhale, lift the left foot up. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Lower it down. Inhale, lift the left foot up. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 3. Lower it down. Inhale. Left foot up. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. Lower it down. Inhale, lift the right foot up. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 4. Last set, 10 seconds. Let's make it your best set. Inhale. High as you can. Highest you've done it all day for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. You got it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Okay. Last one on the right. Inhale. Lift it up. Highest you've done it all day. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. All right. Did you want to do your neck stretches or do you want to go right into standing up? You're the boss, Hoss.
Yeah, my neck's good. It's just the rest of me that's not good. All right,
Okay.
let's do everything we need to do.
All right. Left hand on left cheek, right hand on left elbow.
Okay.
Deep breath. Exhale. Turn to the right. Deep breath. Exhale. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Switch hands. Right hand on right cheek, left hand on right elbow. Deep breath. Exhale. Turn to the left. Deep breath. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 1. Back to center. Sides. Left hand on left cheek, right hand on left elbow. Deep breath. Exhale, turn to the right. Hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Back to center. Switch hands. Right hand on right cheek, left hand on right elbow. Deep breath. Exhale. To the left. And hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 2. Back to center. Last set. We did 3 last time. We're going to do 3 this time. Left hand on left cheek. Right hand grabs left elbow. Deep breath. Exhale. Turn. Deep breath. Exhale. Count it back for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Last one on this side. Right hand on right cheek. Left hand grabs right elbow. Deep breath. Exhale. Turn to the left. And hold it there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Barbara Eden. I Dream of Jeannie. Deep breath. Exhale. Nose to the sky. Breath. Grab the back of your head. Chin to your chest. Deep
Ah,
breath. I dream a genie again. I'm going to just do 2 of these and I'm going to do our head rolls. Inhale. Nose to the sky. Hands to the back of your head. Exhale. Chin to chest. Back up. Okay. 5 to the left. 5 to the right. Okay.
what are we doing?
Head rolls. We always do. It's the last part of it because we went up, we went down, we went side to side. Now it's all around the world, right? All right. Deep breath.
Right.
Nose to the sky.
Ah,
And to the left. Nose to the floor. Turn to the right. Nose to the sky. That's 1. Turn to the left. Nose to the floor. Turn to the right. Nose to the sky. 2. Left. Floor. Right. 3. Left. Floor. Right. 4. Last one. Left. Floor. Right. 5. See, you think drinking's good. You do enough head rolls, you feel like you've been drinking. Right. Floor.
right. You ain't right. That just ain't right.
Left. Ceiling. 1. Right. Floor. Left. Ceiling. Right.
Ah,
Floor. We're almost there. Left. Ceiling. 3. Right. Floor. Left. Ceiling. 4. Last one. Right. Floor. Left. Ceiling. Good job, Vicky. All right. Do some standing, okay? See how many we can get before you burn out. All right? So,
all right.
our previous best was 10. We'll shoot for that.
Now you want 11. Just like a man. We give you something and you want more.
All right, well, listen, I'm a glutton. I'll admit that. All right. All right. So, we did stand without touching anything, right? So, let's try and do that again. So, hands to our side. We're going to lean forward, and then try and stand up. All right?
Ah,
Okay.
ah.
All right, let's get a couple that way first. You usually loosen up after the first couple.
Right.
All right, let's lower down with control. Okay, let's not just plop. 3, 2, 1.
Ow.
All right. Okay, let's do it again. Lean forward, stand it up. That one was better. Oil for the Tin Man. Okay, let's lower down with control for 3, 2, 2. All right. Let's roll forward and stand it up. All right. So oil for the Tin Man. That's all that creaking you're making. Let's lower down. 3, 3.
Ow.
All right. You should do a song like the Scat Man with all these ows and sounds you make. You remember that song? All right, let's lean forward and stand it up. At least you appreciate it. All right, let's lower down for 3, 2, 4. I'm gonna warn you. I think the next time I'm gonna look it over. I want to pick a section and we'll do something standing with you. I think you're ready to do that. I want to get your legs strong enough so that you can get into Walmart and not have to use a motorized cart anymore. Right?
That would be nice.
That's a big goal. And like I said, though, more of this stuff we get rid of, the unhealthy food, less cigarettes we smoke, less alcohol we consume. Your joints are going to feel better. That's important that we start eating the right way, sleeping the right way, and drinking the right way. All these things are going to play into the swelling and your joints. So just Paige McMahon. She's big on. She'll tell you everything you can't eat that causes water retention and swelling, even down to nightshade vegetables, which I am not going to tell you not to eat because you're growing them. So don't even think about that one. But the gluten, the sugar, things, if we can get those down to minimum, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As little bread as possible. If you have to eat bread, there's gluten-free bread that's pretty good. So it's not great. I'm not going to tell you. I tried to eat a sloppy Joe on gluten-free rolls. Wasn't my favorite thing ever. All right, but it's not the worst thing either.
Well, it takes me a week or better to go through a loaf of bread. And I always get the honey wheat.
Okay, honey. There's the naughty word there.
Huh?
Honey is sugar. Honey is sugar. There's a guy named Eddie Abu. He was a former bodybuilder, Mr. Olympia guy. And once he stopped bodybuilding, he still works out every day. Once he stopped bodybuilding, he really looked into the things that make you gain weight. And I'm really bad. My diet is not the best, but I don't drink, I don't smoke. The only satiation I get out of life is what I consume for food. So it is a weak point for me. I do go on diets. Dallas calls them lifestyle changes. I call it a diet because it's not going to be a lifestyle change for me. It's going to be a diet. But I have a hard time sticking to diets. And I think it all comes down to the fact that I don't drink and I don't smoke, and I just feel like, and I work all the time, I feel like I need to enjoy my food, period.
Yeah. Oh, but I love Japanese.
Oh, yeah. Chinese is my favorite.
I went into Wendy and I got on this trip, and we went to Puerto Rico, and we went to what was it called? Santo Domingo, and then Trinidad, and then to Japan. I like eating food from different countries. I mean, that was one. And what was great is I could have eat just about all I wanted in Japan, and I'd still lose weight.
Yeah, they eat better there. And Greece is another great place to eat food because it's all Mediterranean food. Is really good for you.
I have not been to Greece yet.
Well, let's make it a goal. You can eat whatever you want if you get rid of the other shit you do. All right. But if you're not going to get rid of the other shit, we got to diet for it. Well, we got to diet until we lose the weight.
Come on, boss. You're being hard today.
Hey, listen, I'm just trying to I'm glad you showed up. That's the biggest thing. I think we got today. You showed up. You didn't feel the greatest and you showed up. And that's a step in the right direction to whenever you're not feeling great, we're going to do this, even though you don't feel great. I think it's important, because even when I'm sick, I roll out the mat and I try to do something. Something is better than nothing.
Right.
Right.
Right. And after canceling yesterday, until today, I had no choice. I had to be here.
I'm proud of you for doing that.
With everything you've done for me and are doing for other people in my situation, I don't think it's right to waste your time.
Well, it's not, as long as you you're making the effort, and that's what matters to me. So, one last thing before we hang up.
Yes, sir.
The pictures are coming. Okay, 5 days. Yours is the one I wrote a note on the back of. So when you turn the frame around, there'll be a note for you on the back of yours. You'll be able to
Okay.
tell the difference because looks a little darker from the way that they scanned it, but it looks
Uh-huh.
great. It looks fantastic. But yeah, so the one that's yours is the one I signed. Then the other one is the one that's going to be mine. You pull it out of the frame, sign right on the actual picture in the white space, okay?
Right.
Right on the picture. I want your signature. And then that's the one you ship back to me. And there's a return label inside the envelope. So all you have to
Ah,
do is
uh-huh.
slap the return label on. You can put the book in the same envelope and it'll be ready to go.
All right, I will.
All right.
Uh,
When are you thinking we do our next workout? Just so I can
uh,
figure things out.
well, when there's no way I can say when do you have free time because you never have free time.
I plan around what how you're feeling and what you're thinking.
Right now, my right ankle right now is killing me. But you want to go for Saturday?
Yeah, we'll shoot for Saturday. We'll do it we'll try and do it earlier in the day on Saturday. Okay. I
Okay.
teach my yoga class
Oh,
from noon to one. Time out. Hear me out. From noon to one. I used to do Abby right after I did my yoga class, so we could do it. It'd be noon your time, so or a little after 1 o'clock my time.
right.
Want to shoot for an early workout Saturday?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, it's a date. Have a good night, beloved.
You too be blessed, my beloved.
Good night. Bye.